This ain't no game, this that CSZ game. They said pull up, so I came. You better put some respect on their name. Yeah, 55 was goody. Kill the vibe, how could he? Big Cardinal on the hoodie. Let me break it down for you fully. This ain't your average broadcast. This ain't just no podcast. I'm on the show, spread fake news. We just call it a podcast. West, Joey, Sam, Shawn, Dalton. And you know that boy Higgy. He said he wants small fries. Tell him they better make him big. Yeah, you already know what we be on.
You bet. Here he goes. This place is gone.
If we said it instead of the zone, sit in the seat, set up your phone. You in the Cardinal sports zone.
Straight steal of home. The slide. The Cards win.
The magic is working tonight. How do you know when things are...
The emotional journey to the championship.
What is up, everybody? We are coming to you live from the Rally House Studios. Once again, this is the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Wallman, here with my co-host for tonight. First and foremost, he is the impenetrable Virgo. This is my man, Sean Barber.
What's up?
Next to him is my world heavyweight media championship. Nobody will ever beat me for that. Next to him is our women's basketball and football beat writer, the incomparable SOS. The first S stands for Sam Bazin.
What up? What up?
Same old Sam. SOS stands for same old Sam.
And last but not least, it is my little brother, my big little brother, Joe Wallman.
Acknowledge me.
Sean, acknowledge him, dang it.
Oh, that's the wrong arm.
Oh, he's against you. Listen, guys, do not forget the Mossy Oak chat line is open. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or however, send us your questions on social. Tonight, our guy Brock Brom Home is manning the Twitter feed for us. He's going to be asking you all's questions and getting your all's responses. We'll get to a point to where we read them going forward, but the chat line is open. Check on the graphic to see how you can follow the podcast on social media and how you can help support us monetarily. Hit that thumbs up button while you're here on YouTube. Make sure you're watching on YouTube if you can. It'll help us out more. And last but not least, sponsor shout outs, Fitness Market, Four Pegs, Collision Course Crew, Tailgaters, Cherry Picking, Shoot 360, Mossy Oak, Planet Fitness, and Rally House. We appreciate all their support. You guys do not forget this Sunday from 4 to 7, Shoot 360. It's going to be a star-studded event. Our guy Lance McGarvey, U of L PA announcer, will be joining us to do the show live on Sunday. You never know who all's going to show up. We're going to interview our guy Charles Tilley, strength and conditioning guy, doing some stuff out there at Shoot 360. One of the managers, Dean, out there, great dude. He's going to be out on the airwaves with us. Peyton Siva will be. Gosh dang it! Chris Curry says even Hurricane Helene stood up Sean.
Man.
Robbie says, good evening, fellas. Wes Brocky says it's live with 55 in the crew. What's up? What's up, Wes?
You know they have the eye of the hurricane. It's like a big hole. Sean couldn't even hit that.
Sean hit the button.
Uneffing believable.
No, it's pretty believable. John Lindemann says, you mean Sean didn't have a date tonight? Well, he does. He comes over here to the house and watches SmackDown with the crew every Friday night. Chris Curry says 55. What's good? Long time. So hype. Or no tie. Okay. You might. It's been a while. Yeah, that we've been on. We're on every Friday night at 10:05. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Aaron Walker says, "What's up, gang?" And last but not least, one of our sponsors, the Collision Course Crew Tailgaters. Yo, checking in from South Bend, 1340 South Bend Avenue. Let the takeover begin. Hope you all are broadcasting us live on that big screen TV and that we're entertaining everybody.
I just seen a picture that Bill put up. They got their blow-up mattress inside the trailer, got the TV on, watching the Virginia Tech Miami game. I know it's at least him and Craig. I don't know if anybody else went up, but I know him and Craig went up with the trailer today.
TJ says, good morning. Good evening, gents. What's up? John Lindemann says, CSZ After Dark. Lindemann, we've been doing this at 10:05 for a month now. This is not something new. You may be too tall to understand time, but it is what it is.
He can't see the clock. It's too high.
Oh, clock. Okay. Look, we're gonna start off with the breakdown portion of the show, and we appreciate all y'all tuning in. Again, we will get to the social media part of it soon. The first question I am going to ask you all, Sam, we'll let you lead off. What do we have to do to get this victory tomorrow versus Notre Dame? 3:30 on the Peacock. Louisville at Notre Dame.
Notre Dame loves the cock. The Peacock. They're on Peacock all the time.
Is that like their new NBC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is Peacock is NBC.
Good Lord, Chris Curry says there's no hurricanes in Miami tonight either.
Joey's always unfiltered.
Yeah, that's true. Sam, back to you.
Force Notre Dame into being a throwing team. I don't think said Riley Leonard. He has like 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. They played Miami of Ohio. They played who's the team that beat them?
Northern Illinois.
Northern Illinois.
So just a breakdown, and I don't know why I had the questions before the breakdown. Notre Dame's 3-1. They're averaging 33 points a game, allowing 9.75. Notre Dame is averaging 174 passing yards a game. Leonard's only responsible for 147 of those. He's got 3 total passing touchdowns, 2 picks. Riley is one. I don't know what that means. He's been sacked 7 times. Let's see. Their leading wide receiver is Collins. He's got 176 yards and a touchdown in 4 games. Rushing, they average 238 yards rushing per game. Love, who did well against us last year, he's got 339 total yards, 4 touchdowns. Leonard's got 322 yards, 6 touchdowns, which means he's pretty good in the red zone. And then Price, 193 yards, 2 touchdowns. They have committed 4 turnovers, 4-6. All 6 are interceptions. Their leading tacklers are Kaiser, Owen, and Sneed from the linebacker position. And then their safety, Watts. They've got 6 different guys with a pick. The site says they have 9 sacks this year, but when they're broken down, I could only find 4 of them on their website. So I don't know if that's a case of inflation or not. Their kicker is 4 for 6. He's not kicked 1 in a few weeks. He's not hit more than 1 since their opening game in August. He's 3 for 6 in his career over 50 yards. His career long is 53. That was in 2022. For Louisville, we're averaging 47 points a game and allowing 11 points per game. Shuck is responsible for 283 yards per game. Louisville's averaging 308 yards passing per game. So in junk time, we're getting some guys in that's throwing for a few yards. Shuck's got 8 touchdowns, no picks. He's been sacked only twice this year. Our running backs are averaging 194.3 yards per game between the Power 5 stable. They've got 7 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. For the wide receivers, as far as they're concerned, Brooks, 297 yards, which comes out to 99 yards per game. 2 touchdowns, 17 yards per catch average. Bell, 27 yards per catch average. He's got 55 yards per game. Shout out to him for honoring me. 2 touchdowns receiving. 0 turnovers committed, forced 4. There's 2 picks, 2 forced, 2 fumble recoveries. Our leading tacklers are Quinn, Clark, and McDonald. Got 9 sacks overall. Tramel Logan's got 3 of them. 3 for 6 from field goal range, 1 short one, and missed 2 of them that were kind of like, hey, we're just going to go for these end of.
Both of our fumble recoveries were for touchdowns too, weren't they?
I believe so because
Puryear, the
Puryear's got both of them.
both of them.
Yeah.
Where was that?
Sorry.
1 short, 1 missed. He missed that last week. 2 50-yarder. The one was just, I don't remember the other one, but the one was just like, all right, it's halftime coming up. Let's kick one from 87 yards and see if he hits it or not. He barely missed it. I think it was from 103, actually.
Yeah.
Got 26 total tackles for loss. We have only allowed 9 tackles for loss. We're controlling the time of possession 31 minutes to 28. Oddly enough, that was the score of the game when we beat them in South Bend the last time, was 31 to 28. Penalties, we are committing 47 yards per game. We are giving up 34. We convert nearly 50% of third downs and hold opponents to 23% of third downs. We are 100% on 4th down. The opponents are 4 for 6, and I believe those 2 fails came last week at versus Georgia Tech. We are 8 for 13 in the red zone. as far as touchdowns are concerned. 11 for 13, 11 times out of the 13 we've scored. So the other 3 times were field goals. We've held the opponents to 4 for 6 in the red zone. 3 of those are touchdowns. So with all that being said, with me doing all that research, trying to do Kelly Dickey proud with that, let's get back to the questions. Again, I put the questions in the wrong spot. What do we have to do to win tomorrow, Sam?
First and foremost, stop the run. I think you have Riley Leonard and their starting running back Love with the same amount of carries, 46. I mean, that's through what, 4 games?
Mm-hmm.
That is
A lot
ridiculous.
of designed runs for the quarterback.
Yes, ridiculous amount of running. I get it, having a quarterback run game, you have an advantage because you have an extra hat in the box most times. But 46 rushing attempts in 4 games is ridiculous. So I would say first and foremost, stop the run. Of course, we know you have to take care of the ball game, take care of the ball, and then on the offensive side, their defense is pretty good. They show up, but I think we need to take advantage of their linebackers and their secondary, because with their sacks mostly come from the defensive line. So what we need to do is take advantage when they do try to blitz their linebackers, or when they try to get their linebackers onto a slot receiver or sometimes the running back, take advantage of it. And of course, you got to score more points, but I would say first and foremost, go ahead and shut down their QB run game. Just shut down the run game on the whole. So, and I think we have the players to do that.
We got Brock Brom home, who is facilitating the Twitter interaction engagement tonight. Says he is awaiting email confirmation on what time the card march at Notre Dame starts tomorrow. Stay tuned. If I can remember from 2014 when I went, I believe it was still the same amount of time before the game that it was here. Don't quote me on that. I believe, though, there's videos in the gallery. There's pictures in the gallery. We put up a Cardinal Rewind yesterday that's just got everything from that 2014 trip. Shawn, are you looking at RedTube again while we're doing the show?
No,
not this time. Okay. Our guy Chad Brocky says, "What's up, everybody? Hope we can get the running game going tomorrow." Bubba says, "Eek, running quarterbacks, eek." Okay. Shout out to Uncle Larry, who's tuned in on Facebook. Steve Franconia. Listen, I don't know if Uncle Larry's found his ride up there yet, but he has been asking people on Twitter all day for a ride to South Bend tomorrow. If you're going tomorrow and you like Uncle Larry and you want to do a nice thing and give him a ride, let's go. Chris Curry adds, Riley Leonard went 9 for 23 against us last year. Make him a thrower. I will say this, not to be argumentative, but last year Riley Leonard was hurt.
Yes, he was.
Like, he probably shouldn't have even played that game. If I remember correctly, he was questionable coming into the
He
game.
had hurt his back the week
His ankle, I
before.
believe.
Oh, was it his ankle?
Ankle.
For some reason, I thought it was his back. Maybe he got his back hurt during our game. I don't know.
It could have been. Shawn, what about you? What do you think? And give us, so that way Joey can give his too. Give us one thing we need to do tomorrow to come out with a victory.
I think you got to run the ball. You have, because we like to do the play action pass. That's our bread and butter. And against Notre Dame, if you do not run the ball, like it worked against Georgia Tech because their defense is okay but not great. Notre Dame is definitely better. So you've got to be able to make them believe that run play is coming. Otherwise, they're not going to react to it, and you're going to have a bunch of guys in coverage, and you're not going to have as many windows to pass. And I guarantee you we're going to want to pass the ball. I don't care if it's raining or not. They're going to throw the ball down the field if they can. But if you don't run the ball, you're not going to be able to do what you want to do offensively.
Shawn, you know what? I have been so caught up. I forgot to say, let's kick off the show and throw our new video bumper up. So let's kick off the show. There we go.
Nice.
Look, I've been in the lab
Nice.
working on some transitions here for the video. It's pretty good. I've got a recruiting one.
Shawn's working on some transitions too.
I really can't wait for y'all to see our new segment We have a segment later on in the show called "Did Shawn Get Any Action Last Night?" We don't want to spoil that for you all, but we'll get to that here in a little bit.
Spoiler.
Bubba says, unlike Shawn, we'll score. Jesus, Wes Brocky says need to get pressure on the QB, stop the run. Joey, what do you think we need to do tomorrow other than score more points than the other teams?
I'm going to ask a question because I think I read this. Isn't two of their starting offensive linemen done for the season now?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think they were last week. I don't think this is something that occurred this week.
Well,
they've got two starting O-linemen.
Whoever they played last week doesn't have Tramel Logan and Ashton Gelati on their defensive line either.
That's very true.
Tail.
Yeah. Well, on the edges, right. Yeah. So pressure Leonard. We have to it kind of coincides with what everybody else has been saying, but with forcing him to be a thrower, two of their starting offensive linemen going against an All-American first team and a guy that could end up being there towards the end of the year, they could eat tomorrow. You know, they could get a lot of pressures, a lot of hurries, force them into bad decisions, and that's when Quincy and those guys can, you know, possibly come up with some turnovers. We got to run the football. We have to run the football. I mean, first 2 weeks, and again, it was against lesser competition, but that's what we were doing. We were running the football, and like Shawn said, that always helps you with your passing game because they can't just sit back in coverage. They have to come up on the football, put more people in the box. Shawn knows nothing about putting anything, but anyway, yeah. So I think defense, man. I'm pumped about this defense. I really am, and it's just a matter of time before we keep hearing Ashton Gelati. He's biding his time, and to a point, we haven't needed him to be T.J. Watt, Mr. Do Everything. So I kind of expect to see that tomorrow. Kind of expect to hear his name called quite a bit, pressuring Leonard. I don't remember how many times he got to Leonard last year, but I'm sure it was a fair amount.
Our friends out at I-65 weather in Kentucky say go Cards. Hope the rain holds off and the wind won't be a factor for us tomorrow. Need that ground game to get going and get the secondary going. Absolutely beat Notre Dame. Appreciate that. Aaron says Miami's getting bailed out. Bubba says, I'll let y'all read it. I won't say it myself.
Unbelievable.
He's not wrong.
Chris Curry says tackle, get runners on the ground. Brock Bromholm says Wise may have been trying to steal your time slot. He just went live. He's been going live. Honestly, had I thought this through a little bit more, I wouldn't have went on. But it's the only time, honestly, and I told Marcus this when we decided to run the show at 10:05. I was like, this literally, with my health, I can't get out to all the games and do it pregame like we did last year. So I've got to do it the night before. Now, I'm not going to the game tomorrow. Maybe we could have done it tomorrow, but a lot of people like the 10:05 time slot. I absolutely do. So, no, he's not trying to, and I know you're joking, but no, he's not trying to steal my slot, and I wasn't trying to steal his. It's just
go ahead. Now I'm just going to say, for the weather tomorrow in South Bend, game time is supposed to be 67 degrees, 17% chance of rain. It looks like through probably the end of the game, through the 5 o'clock hour, no more than a 17% chance of rain, and it gets up to around 73 degrees with about a 13 mile per hour wind. So not horrible conditions. So there shouldn't be either way any excuse as well as because of the weather. I don't want to hear that from anybody.
Thank you, Rude Redfield, for hopping in right there and letting us know. Okay, so next question. And Joey, we'll start off with you on this. Well, no, I need to answer it myself. What do we need to do to win? I think you all pretty much said it all. We need to, first off, we cannot commit any turnovers. We have to limit our turnover. If we do commit a turnover, we have to force more than we commit. We've got to limit the run game. We've been strong at limiting the run game this year. It's just been quarterback rushing we've had issues with. I'll take making him run all day long over the rest of over Love running or over him passing. he does commit a lot of mistakes. What's up, Mike and Aaron? Walker says Joey's a meteorologist now. Yeah, absolutely.
No, I just read the Weather Channel.
Weatherman Joe.
And we do appreciate, though, all jokes aside, our friends out of I-65 Weather. They are always helping out Card Nation and letting us know what's going on. So limit Riley, continue our defensive domination. I don't know what that was. Limit our defensive domination. Oh, it was the SOS. Yeah, that's pretty much control the time of possession, I think, is important. And make sure that we're going for touchdowns instead of field goals like Beast Mode seems to think that we did last year. So what can we not do? And Joey, we'll start off with you on this.
Lose.
All right, Shawn?
I would say we cannot let Riley Leonard be Superman this game and beat us himself, because that's what they've done. They turned him into Superman. He's our Superman. They let him do everything. We got to make him let somebody else try to win the game.
Shawn, you see the questions. That's the next question I was going to ask you. You can see the questions on the board, and you still answered the question. You
That's why I just said
answer-rated.
No, I gave the answer. There you go. There's my answer for that one too.
Sam.
We cannot become one-dimensional in this game.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely not. Listen, I want to give a special shout out to my guy, Brock Roberts, head coach out at North Odom. Got him a surprise commitment earlier in the week when Micah Rice, Louisville commit, committed to play for him. His family moved into town, and it's going to be an exciting weapon for him. I'd like to get Brock on here sometime and talk to him about his endeavors at North Oldham. I haven't really got to talk to him one-on-one like that since he was at Doss. So I'm very proud of you, Brock. Keep doing what you're doing, and we'll talk a little bit about Micah later on. JT for the Ville. Hey, been seeing the Locked On ACC squad. Why doesn't Dalton represent for Louisville on this podcast? He does. He's just not on the Friday show. He's normally on the Sunday show. So, yeah, he just doesn't do the Friday nights because I guess he's already in bed. I don't know, maybe cuddling with his dog or something in his new house. So, no, all jokes aside, yeah, he does. He's on the show, but he's on Sundays. He won't be on this Sunday because we're doing a live remote in the middle of the day. Brock says, appreciate that. I'm down anytime. Absolutely, man. Super proud of you. And we will, whoops, I took the comment off the screen. And, yeah, we'll get him on. So we talk a little Micah Rice. I know Sam would be interested in talking to you about Micah. I'm interested. I mean, of course, he just got here, so you may not know that much about Micah just yet. But I'm excited to see what you think he will add to your team there at North Oldham. We're gonna have to get out there and watch a game this year. Send me the schedule, Brock, and we'll do a CSZ road trip one week and come watch the game. And then we'll just do an old school bougie CSZ podcast where we're on our phones in the car on the way back and entertain.
Do it on the bye week.
Oh yeah, we could do it on the bye week. All right, send me the schedule. Sam, who is the most important player on Notre Dame's team that we need to shut down? I have to still ask it because, look, I never put my shot sheet up on the screen. It's up there now, and Shawn can read it and still went ahead and went premature answeration on us. Other than Riley Leonard, obviously Riley Leonard.
I'm going to say Jeremiah Love because Notre Dame has become very, very extremely run heavy. So I feel if you take away their main running back, it forces, like Shawn said, it forces Riley Leonard to do everything. He has to pass, he has to run because we shut down Love. And I feel like if you do that, if he has to do that for all 4 quarters, he's gonna make multiple mistakes. So shut down the running game, in particularly shut down the running back.
Okay, Joey.
Well, so I can be different than them. I'll say their crowd. I won't say a player. Take their crowd out of the game. I mean, it's a hostile environment anyway. So if we can control the ball and we can control the game, take their crowd out of it. That takes emotion and adrenaline out of their team. So,
all right, let's move on for a little bit, and then we'll come back and get predictions and stuff. Segment 2, we're going to talk about memories of the last trip to Notre Dame. So, did anybody other than myself go to Notre Dame when we played them the very first time in 2014? No, I'm the only one that went. Well, this segment's going to go well.
I remember my memories are. I remember that you and Steve went up there.
Me, Steve. Well, you were supposed to go with us, but you were married.
No, 14, I wasn't. I don't know why I didn't go, but I wasn't even dating Angela in 14.
Oh no. You okay? Regardless, we invited Joey Thompson to go because Joe Wallman couldn't go. But regardless, it was a great time. We went in and please, you all, while we're talking about this, give us if you did go to the 2014 game, give us your favorite memories about it. The ambiance was just amazing.
Shout out to Uncle Mark.
Shout out to Uncle Mark for hooking us up with the 12th row seats right behind the field goal post. So we knew immediately that was wide at the end of the game, right at the end of the game, or left, depending on how you look at it. They missed the field goal to tie it up at the end of the game. And just everywhere. We joked about this the other day, but we almost got sick of hearing, welcome to Notre Dame. Welcome to Notre Dame. Well, the difference is that they are genuine and the Clemson idiots are not genuine.
You know what we should have done? We should have went to the game tomorrow, then stopped in Indy and went to the Steelers against the Colts. I just thought about that earlier today.
Well, then we couldn't have done our fine remote out at Shoot 360. Sunday.
That's very true. But I was just saying, like a good.
It could have been a good sports weekend. We didn't even think about that. Really quick, let's go ahead to let's go ahead and prompt our newest segment, guys. Are y'all ready for this?
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun.
Debuting. Did Shawn? Hold on. Let me turn the volume up. Did Shawn get action last night? Shawn, hit the button.
No.
Did Shawn get action last night? Perfect music there, right?
You should put a picture of it, somebody crying, like just like laying in their bathroom floor crying uncontrollably.
Oh, that meme with the guy hitting the dog with the stick saying do something.
Was it a wiener dog?
I have no idea. It might have been. It was a stick.
Do something, wiener dog.
Poking it with a stick.
Get the game.
Says plenty of tickets on the secondary market. I encourage Cardinal to snag them up and get to South Bend. Absolutely. Sean Thomas said he was there with me. I wasn't with me, but you might have been up there. TJ says he was at Notre Dame. Robbie says Louisville scores. I guess it was to tie it up against Kentucky in the third period. Ice hockey. Sean Thomas says his favorite theme was hearing the Notre Dame fight song, and the Go Dome was pretty cool. Sean needs to come in and hang out with Beaches and Cream from OVW. We'll talk about that in a minute because that was
Cream and Beaches.
Shout out to our guy Omar Amir in Luscious Lawrence, doing the Lord's work at OVW, shooting cream into all the fans' mouths. Chad Brocky says, I went to Notre Dame last time. We were able to go out on the field the day before. We also went to their pep rally. It was pretty cool. We saw a cardinal perched on a tree outside of the church. Made a great picture. Brock Holmes says, my favorite memory was the U of L crowd and the impact they had on the outcome of the game, a sea of red. Here was my favorite memory because this was the first time we ever went to Notre Dame. And our guy Joey Wagner set up the night before Louisville had a basketball game. Louisville men's basketball played a basketball game. And they had arranged it to where they did a party the night before in South Bend at the minor league baseball stadium. And it was the coolest thing I've ever been to because they put the men's basketball game up on the scoreboards out in the baseball field. And we set up in the suites and watched the men's basketball game while we're eating food and mingling with other members of Card Nation. It was an amazing, unique time. Then the day of the game, we got out there and saw all the historical sites, the church, the grotto, stuff like that. It was just a once in a... And again, CardinalSportsZone.com. Check out Cardinal Rewind. I've got video there from my trip. I've got pictures there, stories that I wrote. There's highlights from that game because we can't find the stupid full game anywhere. just some of our favorite Notre Dame moments from that first trip, and I believe full video of last year's game, which we watched before SmackDown tonight. So good time there. I'm trying to see if we've got any other social medias.
Side note, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
You said, what was the OVW? You said shout out to Omar who?
Omar and Lawrence. They're bodyguard. They're security at that club you and West Keys go to.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah. We'll talk about that in rapid fire. We're going to do a different kind of rapid fire tonight where we talk about some of the most disturbing and funny or unique things from the week if we have them. We're going to talk about. Plus, I want to use my rapid fire graphic that I made the other night. I think all the stuff I made this week was fire. Shawn, didn't that song almost encapsulate your love life? Were you able to hear the song?
Yes.
Yeah, it very, very nice. Very, very believable. Joey, what's the score?
Virginia Tech just scored a touchdown. They are now 34-24 or 33-24. They had Virginia Tech's quarterback scramble all the way like 25 yards back, and then the DBs just forgot what they were doing, and he threw it into the end zone.
All right, Uncle Larry's giving us the update as well. Let me check to see if there are any of you all listening. Thank you so much. I-65, shout out to us, he said. See if anybody answered Brock Bromholm's questions on Twitter, and I don't see any. So, because y'all never follow instructions, y'all always just do them here, which is fine with me. I just appreciate Brock Bromholm being our guest social media host tonight. Robbie Dole watching our game, our hockey game, our podcast, and something else all on his little video wall. That's pretty cool. Listen, we're going to do something else that I created here really quick. We'll get to the back end of our show here in a second. But first off, and let me find this. I got to get used to where it's at. Oh, let's go to a word about our sponsors. There's the Collision Course Crew Tailgaters. It's time. Located behind the El Nepal at 2745 Crittenden Drive. They're set up there all football season for the home game. Shout out to Bill, Garrett, Rhino, Craig, Kevin, Doc, and the crew. Rest in peace, Corrito, for a great time. Hit up the Collision Course Crew Tailgaters. Four Pegs Beer Lounge, where every week is either Wings Day or The Ribs Day. On Wings Day, $20 all-you-can-eat jumbo smoked wings and $1.25 per wing all day long. On The Ribs Day, come get the best ribs in the Ville for just $25 all you can eat or $2 a bone all day long. Fitness Market. Contact our fine friends at Fitness Market to find out how they can furnish your dream at-home gym. From treadmills to saunas to weights, they have you covered. Planet Fitness. Shout out to Planet Fitness and Rick Cooper for helping us look sharp on the sidelines this summer. Great monthly deals for memberships as well. Check your local listings for a location near you. Cherry Pickin', a hoops-themed cold-pressed juice and smoothie bar inspiring you to take what's good. Conveniently located at 828 East Main Street behind the local seltzery. Tell them CSZ sent you for 15% off your total order. Shoot 360, a premier state-of-the-art basketball training facility with highly skilled trainers. Call 515-6556 and sign up today. Great value all around. And if you go to shoot360.com, you can pre-register for a free workout. Come to Shoot 360, the world's most advanced basketball training facility. Rally House. Check out our friends at the Jefferson Mall. Lisa, Dee, Rico, Amanda, and the crew. Tell them Cardinal Sports Zone sent you. They'll make sure you get taken care of really well. Rally House. Our house, your house, Rally House. Local stuff. Last but not least, our fine friends at Mossy Oak and Hart Properties. If you are in the market to buy or sell farms, land, recreational, or residential areas in the state of Kentucky, let Paul or one of their team of professionals at Mossy Oak and Hart Realty help you out with all your buying and selling needs. Call Paul at 270-537-4422 or email him at pthomas@mossyoakproperties.com. Mossy Oak, we know land. Now back to you guys in the studio. Well, thanks, Jeremy. That was a pretty good read there. Yeah, I got once I started realizing I can make bumpers, I went a little crazy there. I want to go ahead because I'm not sure y'all were able to hear Shawn's bumper earlier because I had the audio set to the TV instead of the soundboard. You all may have heard it, but let's go ahead to our newest segment. Did Shawn get any action last night? Shawn?
Once again, no.
All right. Let's get back to the show a little bit. We appreciate all of our sponsors. Make sure you come and check out, speaking of our sponsors, Shoot 360 this Sunday from 4 to 7. Free tacos and cookies for the first 75 people there. Appearances by the men's and women's basketball teams. Raffles, including a signed Steph Curry jersey. No, Steph Curry is not confirmed to be going to be there. Special membership offers and promos. Guile Sports Cards Table and Trades will be there. Strength and agility demonstration by our guy, Charles Tilley. And the biggest prize of all to show up. Live podcast by the CSZ crew. Going to get Charles, Dean, and Peyton to talk a little before it opens to the public. We'll probably go from 3 to a little bit after 4. We always go a little bit longer. And especially we're going to be talking about a huge Notre Dame win. We will we'll have them on first. And we'll defer to the second half for football on that one. There's going to be a lot of other people there. Our guy Lance McGarvey will be. Can you get the water bottle out of my title shots? Thank you. That's how else is it supposed to see if it's got your bottle in front of it? It's going to be a great time. So let's go to rapid fire again. Let's play with these videos. Yeet.
Low burn.
All right. Rapid fire. Our mics just went live. We appreciate everything. So I want to share let's get caught up on the chat line really quick. Garrett Hoover says, "What's up, fellas?" Ryan Sells Louisville answered that. Okay, I'll check that out here in a second. So I'm gonna go first, and then we'll go around the table. Creepy recruiting story this week. Kind of creepy. Y'all can determine if it's creepy or not. At 11:45 p.m. Tuesday night, there was a group of Cardinal fans summoned to the Galt House to welcome in Michael, I'm not sure how he pronounces it. Michael Brown Jr. and his family arrived at the Galt House. There was a group of about 50 to 75 people there. I will not confirm whether or not I was one of the people that was there. I was there. And got to talk with Pat Kelsey for the first time. It was an amazing time. He actually embraced everybody being there. Hated that it wasn't at a time where more people couldn't be there, but it was crazy. It was wild. And then as me and Steve Rummage went together, because I'm not driving anywhere at nighttime. I told him I'd go if he went. As we're leaving, we're like, I can't tell if that was the coolest thing ever or one of the creepiest things ever. So, oh my God, Garrett Hoover is making bacon pecan white chocolate bread pudding.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Sounds busy.
Yeah.
It does sound busy.
There's a lot going on there.
Mixing it up. Shawn, let's go to you on your opinion. Awesome or creepy?
I'm going to say,
If we get him. If we don't get him, it's obviously creepy and we should have never done it. But
yeah,
if we get him, awesome or creepy?
I think it's awesome because that's just
Stalking is awesome.
you got to, no, it's still awesome. It's awesome because let's be honest, they're looking at that going, okay, they can market me here. There's a market here for me to get more NIL than just what they're going to give him, through the normal channels. Because they're not just getting an NIL contract. They're getting still advertisements, stuff like that. And it also shows that this is a community you can come back to and be able to, like look at Peyton Siva. He's got a business now that he's running through 360. So I just think it shows that the community is behind the players. And I think it does matter.
We need to start bringing in Donovan Mitchell and Lamar more for big, like the big time recruits we want.
Mm-hmm.
We need to talk those dudes into coming in. They can fly in real easy for a couple hours and fly right back out. Man, if you got to meet Lamar and Donovan Mitchell for a football recruit or a basketball recruit, whenever you came in, you'd be like, oh man, this could be me next.
Sam, what about you? What are your thoughts on it?
I'm gonna go with a different word, and I'm gonna go with the beginning. I think it was great that you had so many people come to meet this young guy, but it's only the beginning because now that we have a new coach and you're going after the number one recruit and number one point guard, and if you want to keep going after those type of players, these are the things that you would want to do continuously to help your coaching staff land these big fishes. So I'm gonna go with just the beginning.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Ryan Sells Louisville did answer the Twitter question. His favorite moment was I rap battled some Notre Dame fans tailgating. Also challenged them to a Prince sing off. It was epic. I do remember that.
Shawn, I think Shawn was part of it. He sang the one song Prince sang, "Cream."
Uneffing believable.
Y'all remember that one?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Speaking of that, great segue. So at OVW last night, so the consensus is not creepy. So I apologize, Steve. I called you a creepy little bastard. It wasn't true, apparently.
I think it's got a touch of creepiness.
Okay.
I think it's got a touch of creepiness.
But what if it was Pat Kelsey is the one, which I do believe that's what Pat Kelsey was like, hey, so-and-so, get as many people up here.
No, I get that.
So here's how it went down. Before I get to the other thing that grinds my gears in rapid fire. So the way it was set up, him and his family got off the bus. The staff was there waiting for him, shook hands, hugging everything. Then they came into the hotel lobby where all the fans were like on each side clapping and cheering for them. And then they passed. There was no like hugs or can we take a picture or it is what it is. Okay, Babu is with me on this. I think it's a little awesome if it's at the airport. Got to say a little creepy at a hotel, but if we get them, I take it all back.
I just say it's because of the time of the night. That's why I say it might have been a little. If it was 4 p.m. daylight outside, that's the only reason I say it's a little creepy. Is it's 11:45, 11:30 at night.
So he didn't like his plane landed at 11:45, and if I remember correctly, he didn't show up to the hotel until like quarter after midnight. But the thing about it is, I agree, Babu, but I believe it was supposed to be at the airport, and because of the time of the year it was, the staff was not allowed to go to the airport to see them. So they arranged this off-site. So, okay, so not creepy, maybe a little creepy. It is what it is. Speaking of cream, there's a tag team at OVW called Beaches and Cream. It's our favorite security guards from the club, Omar Amir and Luscious Lawrence, which I used to run into all the time. Joe used to run into him all the time at Planet Fitness.
And then Crunch.
Yeah. So when they come out to the ring, any female and some males, they've got a can of whipped cream that they carry to the ring, and they ask them, do they want to get creamed?
Shawn will be like, yes.
No.
So that I mean, and you can say, okay, well, you can write that off as part of the gimmick, right? There's little kids, little girls that after they got the whipped cream in their mouth, turned around to their dads and said, "Look, Daddy, I got creamed." And I was like, this is weird.
That won't age well.
No.
Wow.
So Shawn, creepy or not creepy? And this is coming from Shawn.
That was
who we need to take to get creamed one night.
That's kind of creepy. Yeah, that's
the fact that their parents let them go up there to get creamed.
Yes.
that's really.
This is where you have to be. This is where you have to be a parent. Like you know what's going on.
Daddy, I want to go up there and get. Nope.
Sit down.
Sit right there. Sit your butt down. Cheer for them. Clap for them.
Well, to be fair, I want to be very fair to the parents because one of them I know very well. The kids just ran out. Ran as soon as their music hit, they ran over to the entranceway and started putting their hands up and stuff like that. It worked for not creepy. It worked for Omar Epps in the program.
34-31.
Uneffing believable. Seb wants to know how much do we think whether we'll answer that in a second. Let us get through our creepy stuff in a second. Shawn, a cream pie. Stop it, Bubba.
He needs to learn some of those things on his own.
But it was like these kids ran over before the parents could say anything, and then come back and was like, "Look, Daddy, I got creamed."
Well,
and
I'm not
like,
saying all of them. I'm just saying as a whole.
Yeet.
You know,
What? Yeah, I wouldn't call them that.
whole.
Oh, I didn't hear
I didn't
the
say
L.
how.
I didn't.
I would have
didn't hear
said
the L.
how.
I didn't hear the L. I'm just saying.
Miami scored.
It's what you said, 34-31.
I didn't know if you heard me.
Yeah, I did. I hear everything. All right, Shawn, what have you had happen to you this week that is, as you would say,
uneffing believable? I had to run in with a trash can.
Can you explain that?
What was her name?
Was it her? It was an actual trash can.
Hold on, really quick. What was her name?
Feelings.
It did not have a name. It was a trash can.
Sweep off her feet.
No, he swept her off her feet.
No, it came out in front of my car, and I
She
sent
jumped
it,
out in front of me, still pushed her away.
and I sent it flying into the yard. I mean, it flew.
Was
like
the field goal good?
Yes, it was good.
How many yards away?
Oh, it had to be 30. It was
You hit the can flew 30 yards? Not. I'm
no,
talking
more
about,
like 30 feet. It's
okay,
30
I was going to say, if
30
it went 30 yards away,
No,
you were doing about 150.
No.
I'm assuming it
Maybe
was
about
an
30
empty
feet.
garbage can at this point, or was it?
Yeah, it was an empty garbage can, but you know what? I like to think that garbage can was Notre Dame, and I shot it.
Murked it.
Yeah, murked that sucker right out.
I was waiting for him to murk that son of a.
So you shot it across the room.
He shot it 30 feet. And honestly, I expect that in real life.
Yeah.
Uneffing believable.
When it happens, woo wee.
Aaron
Gonna crack
said
the
that
bumper.
Sean booted it about 69 yards. Nice. Nice.
68 in the Ozum one.
Hey, Higgy's tuned in. What's up, Higgles? Hope you're enjoying your visit to the compound capital of the country,
Oh
Waco,
my
Texas.
God.
Do the truffle shuffle.
He is at the Little Debbie compound right now. Sam, did you have anything? You're a school bus driver. You said we could talk about that. What's the craziest thing, without naming names, because we don't want to get you in trouble or anything. We don't want to have to send an SOS call out. Morse code looking at. Anything crazy happened to you this week we can talk about?
I will elaborate more on that on my final words, but
Okay.
Fruit
last
snacks.
words, but
Fruit booty.
hey, dealing with middle school, high schoolers, every day is unique, man. Every single day.
Fair enough, Joey.
No, my week was encapsulated by scrolling through TikTok and reading all the Diddy stories. Man, I know every celebrity that's going to be named when they the feds out this list of freak off attendees.
How about this? Let's just name a list of people who aren't going to be in trouble.
Ice Cube. And you know what? I'm good with that.
Ice Cube and 50 Cent, and that's the entire list.
I don't know about 50 Cent.
Well, he's went on record a
I
couple
know
times
he
this
ha-
week
I
saying
know,
that
I
I
know.
told you all I wouldn't go to any
What
of
about
those
the other
parties.
Ice-T?
Well, that's because he was too old. He was doing Law and Order by then.
Yeah, he was actually doing special victims units.
Yeah,
Well, he was also doing Coco.
No, Ice Cube, and I forget which
Gorgeous.
other rapper that was with him. They were at a concert. He was opening up. He said, "I just want to let y'all know I ain't never been to no MF and Diddy party. Me and so, you ain't got to worry about our names being on that list." So I would say I would say that day was a good day.
God. Babu says Peter North is the only one I ever saw shoot at 30. I don't want to know who that is.
Uneffing
I think I know who it is.
I know who Peter North is.
Bubba says Diddy's the only person who has more baby oil than Sean.
Oh my God.
Sean don't need baby oil.
Oh my God.
Sean's got plenty of spray butter at home. If
He
you know
got
what I mean.
saliva.
Enjoy prison, Diddy. That's all I can say.
Good God.
Man, he's on the island with Epstein and all the rest of them.
I thought Epstein was dead.
Well, that's what they said.
All right. Well, that was our.
He was in prison, and then all of a sudden he committed suicide.
So he's probably with Elvis and Tupac.
No, Elvis is down North Carolina. Reverend Bob Joyce.
Okay. All right.
Hey, watch some of his videos. Look up Reverend Bob Joyce.
I'm afraid.
Watch some of the video. No, like it looks like him when he sings. Sounds like him. It's him.
All right. That's been rapid fire.
Elvis.
All right. Some of them were better than others. I appreciate TJ helping me with. Look, TJ did all the graphics, and I did all of the songs. I created all the songs and paired them with it. So, all right, we're gonna get right to it. Let's go ahead and open the chat line back up. I'm not saying that, Bubba. I'm not doing it. Not doing it.
But I don't who. Oh, I got you. I was like, who does that? But he's talking about Shawn. Yeah, you know that phrase. A couple years ago, we had my 25th high school reunion at Mike Lenning's. About 20 of us, and then about 10 or so of us went back to my best friend Kevin's house. He's got a nice setup in his backyard.
Yeah,
nice bar, pool, all that. And that phrase was, I mentioned that phrase about something, and one of the girls that I went to high school with, she's like, "Well, what's that?" And I was flabbergasted. It's like, you never heard of that? No. Y'all all known what that means for a long time, right? Okay. I mean, it wasn't just me. I was like, it really like befuddled me, exacerbated me. It doesn't.
It had you all discombobulated.
I was extremely discombobulated.
Fair enough. All right, let's get to the predictions. Joey, you get to go first on this prediction, and you all in the chat line, the Mossy Oak Properties Heart Realty text line. Make sure you all put your predictions for the score in the chat line. Joey's going to go first.
I think what I said earlier when Lance was on the phone, I think I said 24-17.
Okay.
I think it's hard fought. It's at Notre Dame. It's going to be a tough game. But I think at the end of the day, the defense does what they do. They get stronger as the game goes on. We'll make enough plays on defense, and we'll come out of there with 24-17.
Shawn,
I'm going to go 28-10. I think we score four touchdowns, and we hold them to one field goal, and they do get that one lucky score probably. I think it'll be a lucky score. I don't think they're going to earn it. I think it'll be some kind of trick play or something.
Luck of the Irish.
I think their running back probably breaks a decent amount size run touchdown on us.
Yeah, that could. Yeah.
Sam,
34-24 Louisville.
Okay. I'm gonna say that going in with about 5 minutes left, Notre Dame drives the field and they go up 28-24. And in true South Bend fashion, this game is going to end with a Tyler Shuck touchdown to Mark Redmond, 31-28 Cards, repeating the score from the first time we played up there. However, instead of them missing a field goal to tie the game, we're going to take the go-ahead score. Obviously, I would love for this to be a domination. Like if I wasn't trying to just create like a moment here, I would have probably said 31-17. But I'm trying to be animated. I'm trying to create a moment here.
With your scenario, they could still, like, if we scored and there was any time on the clock, they could still come down.
There's no score. I'm saying
You're saying at the buzzer.
At the buzzer.
Okay. I was going to say that would still leave them an opportunity to miss another field goal to tie the game.
Absolutely. Garrett Hoover says 31-17. Okay, so kind of the same mind frame. Let's go ahead and throw that up. Our guy brought Brom home, which we appreciate him joining us tonight and hanging with us for the last hour. 24-13 Louisville. Cheney with a big game. 2 touchdowns, 1 on the ground, 1 receiving. We beat them at their own game. I love that. I could see any of those happening. Let's also, while we're waiting for the others to put their score predictions in the chat, we're going to do our CSZ locks. Gosh dang it, I forgot again. Let's go ahead and
do our CSC locks.
No, which one was it? Thank you. It was this one. Predictions. Y'all seen pretty much
24-17.
And here's the one we got.
24.
So I'm showing all of you. You don't have to repeat yourselves.
34-17.
Just going through all of them and showing you all the other ones I did. Here's another one I did. This is for our recruiting.
Of hotel meet and greet.
Yes, that's absolutely what it was for. Slap nuts. So, and I think you're all really going to love Dalton's. We got him graphics for his new show. They'll be on this week and did his intro, and his intro is fire.
You need to have one made up for the locks.
The locks, yeah, absolutely. I can only put so many in here.
I'm sure there's some of them you can get rid of, or one of them.
I don't think so. I can only have 10, and I've got 10. Unless I get rid of one of the old faithfuls, like the CSZ.
What's the neon one up there?
I can't get rid of the ones that they put in there. I can only get rid of the ones that I put in there. Sorry we're doing this on y'all's time, guys. I apologize. I like to talk about it. Uncle Larry says Cards 24, Notre Dame 17. So let's go ahead and give our last predictions and make our CSZ locks. Shawn, I'm gonna let you go first because you've had to take a lot of sloppy seconds on the questions tonight. Very believable. What's going to happen? What is one thing that you're guaranteeing is going to happen tomorrow?
I think that we rush for 125 yards with our running backs. So I think we get over 100 yards.
Jesus, we're averaging 300 rushing yards a game, and you only think we're going to rush for 100?
Well, you got to think, though, against Georgia Tech, we did not do well. I think we're going to get – in Notre Dame, it's better. But I think we're going to be able to run the ball a little bit better.
Okay, so Shawn is predicting offensive futility for his lock of the week. Sam? Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
My lock of the week is
Seems like we're gonna have a turnover tomorrow.
no. There's three things that are certain: death, taxes, and Ja'Cory Brooks trying in the end zone.
Okay, Ja'Cory Brooks touchdown.
Ramon Puryear gets his third touchdown
Whoa!
of the season. That's how you make. That's what he's talking about. That's what he's talking about. I'm gonna give you two. Ashton Gelati gets 3 sacks. One of them being a forced fumble, which Puryear picks up and takes it to the house. That's laying it all. Hold on, laying it on the table.
Can I have a do-over?
Shawn, yes, you can have because we're just as we are.
We feel sorry for you and your V-neck.
I think MJ Griffin gets his first turnover. I think gets an interception.
Well, I can tell you something that's not going to happen. Shawn's not going to get his first tomorrow. That's my lock for the game.
He paused at the wrong spot. MJ Griffin's going to get his first interception of the season.
Yeet. So my lock, I got to come up with something creative because I don't want to do this. Quincy Riley's going to get a turnover tomorrow because that's just like,
that's death, taxes, and UR3 gets a interception.
And Brock Brom's Holmes was tremendous. Garrett said lame Shawn lame.
That's Shawn. Every day that ends in a Y.
That's all the days, Shawn, by the way, if you haven't figured that out. I'm gonna go Chris Bell's our leading receiver tomorrow. And and that we stop Notre Dame's rushing attack. And I know that contradicts what I said earlier score-wise, because if we stop the rushing attack, there's no way they're going to score 4 times on us. I think our defense dominates tomorrow. That's my lock.
I'm going to give one more, and this Shawn can take this one if it happens. Donald Chaney, I'm going to be real specific, 57-yard touchdown run.
I'm going to say Donald. I'm going to do one more. Donald Chaney, 58-yard touchdown.
It'll be 56, and then well, we were both over, so you don't win. It's like the Price is Right.
55-yard touchdown. No. Uncle Larry says Chris Bell has 4 catches for 75 yards.
I like the specificity.
I like that. The specificity of that was perfect. Yeah. So as we wrap up the show, guys, and thank you all for joining us tonight. We really do appreciate you guys. About 500 people on a Friday night. That's not bad. Especially with Marcus going on opposing us. That's pretty good.
Lame, Marcus. Lame.
No, we love Marcus.
I know, I'm just joking.
and we he's really soft in the butt about that kind of stuff.
Well, the good thing is he can't listen. He's not watching this right now because he's on the air.
Fair enough. Babu says Lacey plays and gets a touch. I can't even say what I was thinking. Remind me after the show. Oh, goodness. So you all give us your predictions. We'll read them off by the end of the show. Make sure you're supporting our photogs. They appreciate it. We appreciate it. Jeff's going to put out a couple of photo galleries this weekend. We had a side issue with our photo galleries. We fixed it today. So we should have a Georgia Tech and I believe a volleyball photo gallery dropping tomorrow or Sunday. Shout out to all of our fine sponsors: Fitness Market, Four Pig Smokehouse, the Collision Course Crew Tailgaters, Cherry Pickin', Shoot 360, Mossy Oak, Planet Fitness, and Rally House. If you'd like to sponsor the podcast, bottom left-hand corner will tell you just how to do that. You can find our podcast on all the social media outlets. And over... I got so tickled I lost my train of thought. You can find us on over 150 platforms in all: Apple, iTunes, Buzzsprout, Spotify, TuneIn, Google, Amazon, iHeart. Hit subscribe, like, plus, stalk, or whatever it is Shawn does on a Saturday night. Right now, if you haven't listened to all the prior episodes of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, go to cardinalsportszone.com, the place it all began. Go to the podcast drop-down menu, hit CSZ Podcast. There's also a drop-down menu under podcast where it takes you to some of our older stuff. That's pretty cool to listen to if you can. Shout out to everybody out there sharing the podcast. We appreciate you guys tremendously. Shout out to our guys Marcus Maven and Steve Rummage doing the Lord's work Monday through Friday from 10 to noon on ESPN 93.9 The Ville. I had people asking me, why do you only shout them two out? Well, those two have been my friends for over 20 years each. Marcus has been my friend for, double the time that Steve has. So it's nothing against any of the other people over there. I like a lot of the people over there. So nothing against them. Those two are just my personal friends. Shout out to our people at the 502 Circle. Goal Line with Blau Powell is awesome. Keeping it 100 with Kaysen and Noah's been pretty good. What's the other one that they're doing? Oh, Harry Douglas is doing one as well. That's pretty cool. Check out our new show on the YouTube network, Around the ACC with DP. It's pretty good. It's normally dropped on Fridays. I say normally. We've only had 2 episodes. One was on a Friday. One was on a Tuesday because Dalton was out of town today. I think he's in Tampa. Well, hopefully Dalton will have episode 3 next week for us.
Play that music of Shawn's again.
Okay.
Oh my
Dalton, we hope you're okay.
Yes, we absolutely do hope Dalton's okay.
Check in, brother.
Yeah, let us know what's good. Shout out to Mossy Oak Properties, our guys watching the show on the text line. Shout out from White Castle and Shepherdsville. I'm so sorry to hear that. Fabian says, I'm sorry for your digestive system is what I mean. But yeah, check out Around the ACC with DP. It's been pretty good so far, getting a lot of views, and we appreciate you guys supporting us on all the platforms. Hopefully we can get some more shows. I'd love to be able to spotlight Sam, Shawn, Higgy, and everybody else, Jeff Nunn, the whole crew, Joey.
Any updates on the Sirius Radio?
No. I need you to send me a text.
Okay.
Send me a text like right now that's
Man,
on Sirius Radio.
If we can get on Sirius Radio, tune into my show, guys.
Stay tuned to our social media and subscribe to us on YouTube to be alerted anytime we go live. You can also do that on Facebook, but we prefer you all to tune into us on YouTube. Helps us out more with the sponsors. Guys, where can people find you on social media? Sam, I'll let you go first.
Baseboy124.
Virgin.
And Elville Shawn.
I couldn't remember his name. Joey.
Inappropriate pages. Oh, never mind.
No.
Joe Wyman 526.
I'm Jeremy _CSZ. Again, We are getting some hats in. They should be in by the end of the month. So we're going to show you all those on the show in a couple weeks. And you can let us know if you want some, and we'll get them made for you. Again, Shoot 360 this Sunday. Me, Shawn, Joey, and Sam will be there for sure. You never know who else might pop in. Let's go for last words. Shawn, we're ready to hear the M word.
It's Merkin season in the Ville. Well, actually,
No, it's not.
It's Merkin season in South Bend.
There you go.
South Bend. And also, happy birthday to my wonderful mother.
Happy
I love you.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Moms. Barbara, I'll hit you up later. Sam?
So my last words is a little off topic of sports.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, I work as a bus driver for JCPS. This goes out to parents and grandparents, aunties, uncles,
Guardians
as well. Pay attention to the young ones, especially the ones that ride the school bus. Pay attention to these kids. They're going through things that they're really not saying, and they're craving attention. And a lot of times it's coming from the wrong set of people. So find time. I know as hard as you might be busy, you might not be feeling good, whatever, but find a few minutes out of your day just to sit down and ask a couple of questions to your little ones. And I'm talking, this goes from kindergarten straight up to seniors in high school. Take 5 minutes out of your day to ask questions to your school age kids to figure out what their mental's like, how they feel in school, how they feel on the bus. Pay attention to them, because the city of Louisville is rough right now, especially for these kids. So, and it starts at home. It starts at home. We have to do better when it comes to raising these kids and figuring out what's going on with them. So let's do that. Find a few minutes out of your day. It's not a whole hour, not 20 minutes, 30 minutes, just 5 minutes out of your day. Let them know that they're still loved and you care, and just that you're interested in what goes on with them. That's all I have to say about that.
Okay. I like it. Sometimes we taking a step away from sports. That's why we had the last word. So y'all can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Joe, your last
We
word?
had Forrest Gump over there. That's all I got to say about that.
Jenny.
First off, Miami's kicking off to Virginia Tech. Miami's up 38-34 with a minute 57.
Wait, Miami's up?
Yeah.
Didn't y'all just say it was 34-24?
Yeah, and then they scored twice.
Jeez.
They're Virginia Tech's got the ball, minute 57 to go, 2 timeouts, down 4. Maryland's still trash.
But wait a minute. They're not the only ones. Who else is trash? Oh, you've got to do your homework for your new segment?
Oh, Diddy's trash.
Okay, Diddy's trash.
Diddy's trash.
Yeah.
Anybody that enjoys sexual exploitation of other individuals is trash. Get your pet spayed or neutered. Get Diddy neutered.
Vince McMahon, is he trash? Kinda.
He likes pooping on people. I mean, the word he used the word that was used was defecating, but that we all know that means pooping. It's let's just break it down into layman terms. Pooping. You know, I mean,
It was
Biggie
yesterday.
in one of Biggie's songs.
Yes,
you know,
he
poops on a bee.
Yeah.
But I mean, his ties to Puff. Who knows?
Oh my god.
You know,
This is what you can expect from Sirius XM CSZ After Dark.
Hey,
This
I
is
bet
some of
you
the
every
lighter
one
stuff.
of these people right here would be watching. Maybe not Uncle Larry.
No, he probably would. He's
Yeah,
a little
probably
freaky.
would. He might be.
Garrett says, shout out to Bill and Craig camping out in the
Yeah.
Collision Course Crew trailer up in South
He
Bend.
probably didn't hear me talking about that earlier.
Yeah, we already shouted them out. And
But yeah. And again, happy birthday to Sean's mom.
love the Barber women. They're all really good people.
Good family.
Yeah.
Not
Sean.
not as good as the Womans, but close.
They're up
Close
there.
second.
Yeah,
Close
like 1A,
second.
1B.
Close second.
Get it, Barber. B for Barber. 1B.
But that's all I got to say about that.
That's all I got to say.
Jeremy.
My last words are simple. I want to.
Oh, and beat Notre Dame. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that now. Again,
That's all he has to say again about
Sam's
that.
phone buzzing again.
We're gonna have to get Sam's phone spayed and neutered because it keeps going off. It sounds like Morse code or a SOS signal for some reason. I'm not really sure what's going on there.
Somebody call 911. Oh.
Yeah, don't get us copyrighted. My last words are easy. We appreciate all your all's love and support. We have a blast doing this. We basically do it for free. So the fact that you all like to rock with us, we love that you all do that. We like to hang out with you all as well. We'll see you all Saturday at 4 p.m. Well, we'll be on live at see you all Sunday at 3 p.m. for the recap of Notre Dame and all the festivities at Shoot 360. You can listen to us while you're waiting for them to open up the doors. We'll be there from 3 o'clock, probably to about 4:15. We'll wrap up the show right after the doors open. We'll have, I swear, Sam, I'm going to shove that phone. I'm going to give you a colonoscopy with your phone. Or I'll have Shawn do it. But we'll have a good time. You never know who all might show up. It is Shoot 360. Peyton's got a lot of friends. So just come out and hang out with us. Carpool if you can, because parking is limited right around the facility, but there's plenty of places to park throughout the neighborhood. So hopefully the rain holds off. Even if it don't hold off, come hang out with us Sunday. We want to see you guys. You all want to see us. Lance McGarvey will be in the building with us doing the show. We'll have a great time. Shawn, this is where you hit the music. I can't believe I have to produce and direct and host the whole show. Garrett says, even though Sam's team is winning, I'm not impressed. BT choking. Listen, thanks again for the support, guys. We love you all.
He hates our coaches.
Sam hates our coaches. Until next time, this has been the Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast. Wave to everybody, y'all. Hell's up.